Hello, my name is Srushti Pawar and I'll be explaining my project which is on stock price prediction. So first of all, let us understand what stocks are. So stocks are the shares of ownership of a company, and if you have enough stocks, let's say 5 to 10% of total shares, you'll have significant influence on how that company runs. If you own stocks of certain company and if that company performs well, then the prices of their stocks will go up and you can make money either by selling stocks or collecting benefits like dividends. This project is going to determine the future movement of stock value of a financial exchange, and the accurate predictions of share prices will lead to more profits. Here we will need time series model. Now why so? Because you would like to model stock prices correctly. So as a stock buyer, you can reasonably decide when to buy stocks and when to sell them to make profits. This is where time series modeling comes in, and you need a good model that can look at history of a sequence of data and correctly predict what the future elements of sequence are going to be. So we will be using LSTM, which stands for long short term memory and is advanced version of RNN, that is recurrent neural network. Unlike standard feed-forward neural networks, LSTM feedback connection, it not only processes single data points such as images, but also entire sequence of data such as speech or video. And therefore, LSTM are widely used for sequence prediction problem and have proven to be extremely effective. And the reason they work so well is because LSTM is able to store past information that is important and forget the information that is not important. Now let us see dataset. So this is our dataset LSE Tata.csv. It has 8 variables and the open and close represents the starting and final price at which the stock is traded on a particular day. High, low and last are the maximum, minimum and last price of share for the day. Total trade quantity is the number of shares bought or sold on that particular day, and turnover is the turnover of company on that day. So the profit or loss calculation is usually determined by closing price of stock for the day, and hence we will consider closing price as our target variable. Now let us understand code. So this is our code. First of all, we have imported all the necessary packages. Pandas is Python package which provides fast, flexible and expressive data structure, and it also has functions and methods which helps in data manipulation and analysis process. NumPy is basic level library in Python used for complex mathematical operations, and it provides efficient multidimensional array objects. Matplotlib is visualization library which is used for plotting 2D graphs. And sklearn has min-max scaler which is used for scaling the data. Then we load our data set in data frame using read CSV function, and using df.head we display the first 5 rows of our data set. It is useful to check if our data set has right type of data or not. Then when we import the data set, the date is taken as string format. So to convert it to datetime object, we use datetime function to convert the date column all dates into datetime object. Then we create index on date column using def.index, and plt.figure is used to plot the figure object. This is used when we need to tweak the size of a figure, and then we plot the graph of closing values using plt.plot. Now we need to make sure that the data is in sorted order because that is crucial in time series modeling. So using sort index function, we sort the data row wise in ascending order. Then using pd.dataframe, we pass date and close columns to our new data set, and using for loop we insert values in new data set. Then we create index on new data set date column, and we drop that date column. Now we have only one column that is close and index on that date column. Now we take final data set and we convert it to NumPy array using dot values, and then we split our data set into two, that is trade data and valid data. The first 986 of a data set will be data and the remaining values will be values data. Then using min-max scaler, we scale our data in range of 0 to 1. As ML algorithm works better when features are relatively on a similar scale, so we do the scaling. Min-max scaler subtract the minimum value in the feature and then divides by the range, and the range is difference between the original maximum and original minimum. And min-max scaler also preserves the shape of original distribution. Then fit transform is used on training data so that we can scale the training data and also learn the scaling parameters. Then we have explain data and y-train data, and we append values to explain data and y-train data using this for loop. And using np.array, we create array of that. And np.reshape gives new shape to array without changing its data. This sequential is used for creating the sequential model. Sequential model is a stack of layers, and as sequential model needs to know what input shape it should expect. For this reason, the first layer in model needs to receive information about its input shape, and this is done by specifying the input shape parameter. And using this add function, we add layers to our model, and then we convert this into again array. Then in order to train our model, we first have to configure our model using model.compile function, and this optimizer is used to minimize the loss. And after that, we call model fit to train our model. Then in predicted closing price, we will store the predictions which our model has made, and we will call inverse transform function. This will reverse the scaling, and after that we will save model using model.save function, and then we will add the predicted closing price into predictions column of valid data and plot its graph, so which will give us the predicted closing price here, this orange. And after running code, this is the actual closing price and this is the predicted closing price, and when we move our cursor on that, it gives on that day what was the closing price of that stock. Thank you.